When your project is in design mode and designers are working on different variations and you want to understand how it will look like when it's been implemented, for example, your website is already in place, but you want to slightly change your designs or create new components, you probably always wonder that, okay, why not AI can help me out to code this new feature quickly, although the code might not be a production ready, but it will give you a solid starting point. In this video, I'll show you how to convert any Figma design into Optimizely page type or block type code without writing a single line of code. I'm using Cursor AI, code agent, and clear repeatable prompt. So what we'll do is we will pull the design data from Figma using Figma API. This is very important because Cursor can't read the Figma from the URL. It has to go through the API, and it will scan the existing code base. So all design patterns and the coding style, it remains same. It won't create any garbage code. Prompt is very important because with AI, garbage in, garbage out. If you put the clear prompt, then you will get better results. Okay, let's dive into it. We have four moving parts. One is, of course, design. It's very simple design for a block. Second is I'm using Alloy structured site just for testing purposes and see how things will work. And third is, of course, Cursor ID. I have open Alloy site in Cursor. And then fourth is our prompt. So I'll explain prompt in detail, but let's go through each moving part one by one. So the first one is design. Remember, I discussed that Cursor can't access this design using just this URL. We need to give security token in order to Cursor will use API to access and bring this design. Security and then create new token. If you go to, this is Optimizely starter site, and you know the structure. It has components folder, it has controller, we have models where a block and everything will be created. So my expectation is when AI agent from Cursor write the code, it should follow the same principle, same hierarchy, same folders to build the code. And the front-end assets should be in the same folder where they are right now. So let's get to it. Let's get to the prompt. Now, prompt I have, as I mentioned, I have written using Clear Framework. So in C, the context, we need to define the persona. So persona is senior Optimizely CMS 12 architect, full stack developer, working inside repository in Cursor. So this is the primary goal, given the Figma component URL and optionally a screenshot. Because I need to use this prompt in multiple projects, so I'll probably make it more robust. So analyze our existing code-based convention and gather either a new block type or a new page type. Auto detection. So basically, I don't want to define each and every block and pages how they are created. So I want system to scan my existing code base and see how things are right now and follow the same principle. And the next thing is the folder structure reduction. Of course, it will do the folder structure reduction as well. Figma API usage, read Figma via REST API. This is important. Otherwise, even with a screenshot, it can't get original colors and everything. Never print a log, access token. So access token should be in the environment variables. That's a secure way to do it. The next thing is, of course, the logic, how system going to create the code. As I mentioned, it will do the repository scan and then Figma analysis and then layers, how the Figma will treat everything. Now, These things, of course, can be enhanced. For example, I said if you get image, you need to create a property like that. In my designs, I took liberty to define what's the component will be or property will be. So for example, where it is heading, I mentioned that, okay, this is my heading, this is my image. You don't have to, but it's really more hand-holding to AI agent, like this is how the properties should lay it out. And similarly, I don't have any link in CTA, but if it is, then it will create one. Ambiguity check, so this is very important. If there is any question, it will ask for it. It won't hallucinate. It won't create on its own. And then the next important bit is, of course, the code generation. We are defining how you will create a property. You will do on-page editing, API tags for helpers, and so on. So validation checks. Example, this is very important, like how the existing code is written, and you want to follow the same pattern while writing a new code. So instead of giving the full example, I just told that, okay, you need to look at the specific class where this code is already there, and you just need to scan it. It is instructions related to Figma API actions. So this is important. When I paste Figma component URL, summarize the direction convention. So ask me necessary clarification questions, generate code under so and so. So all these instructions, Figma assets, mandatory actions. This is important. Before generating any blog or page, you must ask me clarification questions. I don't want to, as I mentioned earlier, I don't want AI agent to generate some garbage. I want to have controlled structure. Again, wait for me for answers, because if I haven't provided answers, then don't go ahead and assume, because assumption is not good. So refinements, of course, gathering. V1 asked me to confirm editor facing properties, and then we will have Figma URL and token. Now my prompt is ready. I will copy and I will add it in here. And I ask agent to create a plan for me. Now, cursor has finished, and then it creates plan for me. So it's giving me overview, existing content model, the new content model, file to create or modify, and where it's creating the assets. So, it is creating into SAS folder, the correct location. Dark background for selection from Figma. So this background color is coming from Figma as well. Run npm after that, because it need to convert SAS to CSS, need to compile it. So the layout, test check-in. So my plan is created. I just need to click on build. Right, so cursor has finished building everything. So it created 3 files, test block 3, the one that we ask, test block 3 CSS.html and CSS. Cool. And let's run it now. Fresh. Let's go to any page, for example, alloy plan, create new block, and it should be test block 3. We can define image, whichever we like. Now, you can see it has heading and the title. So the two properties that we have in here. So create and publish. So this is my heading, this is my title, and I have an image. Now, of course, we need to do a little bit touch-ups before it will be production ready, but it will give us a really good starting point to build upon. Thank you so much.